giving me a countdown?
Yes, and we
Hello.
are
What is the
live.
sorcery?
What is this sorcery? Hello and welcome to another evening of Dungeons and Dad Jokes. Um, we are getting back into the Gods Challenge. It looks like Rhonda's having issues. Either
Otherwise
that or
known as
she's having
swords and silliness.
Oh,
swords and
I don't
silliness.
have us playing,
It,
so it might just be me.
you might need to refresh too.
Well,
And
Three
I haven't
times
also,
checked
I've
yet.
done that.
Okay. Then I will stop because I don't want to repeat myself 15
Do you
times.
have it, Chuck?
I'm pulling it up now to see. Give me a second. I haven't pulled it up yet.
We're live on YouTube.
I know. That's what we
Yeah,
should be.
we're-
You
Rhonda's
know
having
why?
issues.
Beneath
'Cause
the
you-
hall says into the forest.
no, not on my screen.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
mine says
it's
leave the
live.
hall.
It's live. You're on the wrong stream.
Yeah, you
No,
Just
close out.
recycle YouTube.
I'm done. I quit.
We'll get there someday, folks.
Oh my
I
gosh.
don't want to wait till Sunday. I'm busy Sunday.
Okay, continue.
All right.
Oh man, the technical difficulties that we have experienced over the last couple of weeks. All right, we are back
Are
from
minor compared to
from
what we used to have.
true, fairly minor, all things considered. So we are back. It's been a couple weeks since we've been in the Gods Challenge. Last week we had a guest and did a one shot. We're still fighting through, brain fog from being tired. You missed a good con. We had lots of fun. Thank you for those that are watching who stopped by our table. We appreciate having chats. We enjoy the conversation. And those of you who are watching that joined some of our one shots, hope you had a good time. I know I did. So who won? Well, not me, as usual.
The players.
Fun time was had by all.
Exactly.
Except for the DM, as it should. Oh,
As it should be.
Can't roll worth beans.
No, I had plenty of fun.
And thanks to everybody at the con for letting us participate.
Yes, it was very enjoyable.
And I was
Looking forward
bummed
to
that I
next
missed
year.
it.
Yeah, looking forward to next year already. All right, so last time we were on Dungeons, or we were on Dungeons and Dad Jokes. We were always on Dungeons and Dad Jokes. Last time we were in the Gods Challenge, Odd Man Out. What did you guys do? Let's recap, because I know none of you remember. All right.
we did
We
stuff
played
and
this before?
things.
Yes, you've played this before.
I remember.
So that's because you did the notes while you were here.
I could do the recap.
Well, if you'd like to, go for it.
I'll let you.
I
I will let you
Alright.
know if you make a mistake.
Okay. Well, I hope I won't.
That's what
Let's see.
sisters do.
Yeah, well,
Especially big sisters.
All right,
It is part
last
of the
time,
charm.
it is. Last time, the group spent their evening going about the house while waiting until morning to begin their journey. Fix spent some time in meditation and received another vision of the volcano. He conferred with Zybella, who encouraged him to go to Minkala Peak, and that she would feel more comfortable and at ease if he were not alone. Evangeline continues to work on her nanites until the house got quiet. Then she headed to Gavian's room, where she takes a look around. She finds a homemade knife and a magical wolf figurine, which she placed in her pocket. Forsyth continued to study botany with Kosha until she fell asleep, and then he carried her off to her bed and then went to bed himself. Kadeth chatted with Erwin until he also went to bed. In the morning, Fix confesses to the group about the visions and desires to go to Minkala Peak. The group agreed to travel with him, and they asked Joy Vey to teleport. Though she had not been there herself, she knew enough about the area to get them to the side of the mountain. The group made their way into the depths of the mountain, going through illusions, walking on air, avoiding acidic oozes, and passing through portals, eventually finding themselves in an ancient forge, where Fix immediately went to work. About 4 hours later, he completed his armor, finding it had been blessed by God. The group then made their way through another portal and found themselves on the side of the mountain once more. This time, the lapse of 4 hours was much longer, at least 14. They began to make their way westward out of the Black Riage and came upon a warded area. A few in the group got some eerie feelings about the abandoned fortress they found. Evangeline, with her arcana knowledge, realized that the ward was set to keep something in, not necessarily to keep others out. After a brief discussion, they decided to do a quick observation of the area and began to move through the abandoned fortress. Wait, that was 2 weeks. That was like 3 weeks ago. I'm noticing.
Yeah.
We didn't get our other town crier on here. I was like, dang. Okay, what happened last time was you went in through the fort. Now I'm just going on the fly here, so you know. You went into the ward. You came to the fortress after battling a couple of ghosts. Got into the fortress, realized there were zombies, killed some of those, went straight to the main hall. In the main hall, you found a mage and a
And
floating ice skeleton thing,
a
right?
death tyrant.
A death tyrant. Um, and a few other zombies, which you promptly dispatched after getting hit a few times. Yay! I hit people. Um, found out there were holes in the floor of this hall. That is where we stopped. You killed those people things.
They weren't people, they were
creatures.
undead.
Well, some of them. The mage wasn't.
Well, he was evil.
But you did find holes in the floor of this hall that dropped, what did I say, about 60 feet? And that is where you're at. So, what would you like to do?
Search the area for valuables and the things that we typically like to loot.
Fun stuff.
The fun stuff. Of course you want to do the fun stuff.
You know, I believe the town crier didn't make it onto the website.
Maybe because you were a little busy in Arizona.
Maybe because you didn't give it to me until we were ready to go to the con.
Yeah, well, I got the GM cord. All right.
That's okay, folks. I'm home now where I have an actual working computer that has my login information.
Wow, that went from really low to really loud really quickly.
That's because I really spoke up.
Oh. Excuse me while I undeafen.
Undeafen. All right.
I wish I could undeafen.
You began to search through the hall. Roll me investigation.
Can I do a perception instead? No.
Hey,
Ooh,
you always
shiny
ask
object.
for it.
Stop it, Joe.
Investigation.
18.
That's not bad.
Invest.
I rolled a 1.
I got a 27.
9.
All right. Forsyth and Cadet are a little distracted. The two of you roll me perception, Forsyth and Cadet.
Ah, I'm a little better at that. Not much, but little. 18.
10.
Well, that roll was better for sure. All right, Cadet.
I found
You're-
nothing. I noticed nothing.
You find nothing. You notice nothing. You're a little like still kind of getting over the. You got the. This is a place that you don't necessarily want to be. You know this place is, or at least thus far, is an abomination to the Raven Queen. There should not be undead. Forsyth, you are distracted by the sounds that are kind of coming from. You got near one of the holes and was checking it out, and you hear some stuff going down in there.
Okay.
Evangeline and Fix,
Yeah.
you find on the mage I didn't write down what it looks like. Doggone it. I just wrote down what it does. What does it look like? PCDEFG. You find on the mage, in one of his pouches, you find a patch. It looks metallic, but it's
Like
flexible.
obtanium?
Like obtanium. It's thin. It's flexible. It's probably a compound of obtanium and something else. Obtanium and aluminum.
Aluminium?
Aluminium. You find that.
I would ask Kadath to tell us if these things are magical.
Okay. I'll detect magic.
You detect magic. You also find that is indeed magical. You also find another magical thing upon the wizard mage. I should have wrote down what they looked like. Is that it? Nope, that's not it. I believe you find. Oh yeah, two patches actually. One
Do
of
they
them
both
just
look the
looks.
same?
They look very similar. One of them is more cloth based. The other one is more metallic. They both are indeed magical.
I'm going to look at that cloth-based one.
All right. You can tell. I'm just going to give this to you, because you are a Numenera adept.
I also rolled a 27 on my investigation.
They are both indeed Numenera. Taking a closer look at the cloth one, you do recognize that it is what is commonly used for the guards. The Order of Truth would pass them to the guards on many occasion. The cloth one is a strength boost.
Like one-time use is like a potion, or?
Yeah, one-time use. It's a cipher.
Okay. If necessary, I would use identify on the metal one.
All right, the metal one. You can do that ritually, can't you? Or
Yep.
not? Yeah. Okay. The metal
I
one.
can do it either. Well,
okay. It's up to you.
no, I
Whatever
can't.
you want to do.
Sorcerers and Nord clerics get ritual magic.
Okay.
But I can cast it, and I have enough first level spell slots. I'd go ahead and use a spell slot on it.
Okay. The first one is you identify it as basically called a glow brand. It is also a one-time use. Oh no, it's not. It's a relic. Sorry. Glow brand's a relic. They are not a one-time use. You can use them frequently. Basically what it'll do is it'll either give you bright light, dim light, or you can turn it off. Think of a touch lamp.
Okay. I've got dark vision. I don't.
It is a
I'm
touch
like,
lamp.
oh. Who doesn't have dark vision?
I don't. Not in this
Evangeline.
form, at least.
Evangeline and Foresight, both.
But I do have a spell.
Well-
I can cast dark vision on myself.
Well, we'll hold on to it for.
But
if
I
we
don't.
need it.
You could transform into things that can see in the dark,
Sure.
right?
I can transform into things that have blind sight.
Well, we'll just hold on to it because, like
Yep.
I said, I can do dark vision on myself.
Okay.
Ow!
Did you poke yourself?
I did.
Don't they have like little metal cups for your fingers for that or something?
If they do, they don't fit. Abby left my nails too long.
Oh.
I didn't tell her to trim them down. So.
All right. Anything else that we find?
That is all you find on the mage. You do not find anything else in this upper section. Or in
Well,
this
we would
room, I guess I should say.
start searching the rest of the keep.
All right. You begin to make your way. The keep itself has a couple of doors on either side. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 2 to the, I don't know, east, 2 to the west.
And I would ask Forsyth or Evangeline to search for traps ahead of us before we go wandering into rooms.
No, really, you should just pull the door.
I mean,
Let me search the
not
door
like you'd
for
do
traps.
damage to me, so.
Yeah.
What do you want me to roll?
Investigation.
Investigation.
Yeah.
I will.
Did so well. 14.
I will aid you.
Then I'll do it with advantage. 24.
See?
Nice. All right. Looking at the first door,
For the assist.
I'm unless you have a specific order you want to go in, I'm gonna say first door to the east.
Okay.
First door to the east. You check that. It does not appear to be trapped.
All right.
It also does not appear to be locked. Gonna open it and go right in.
I'm going to open the door and
Okay.
look in at least.
Okay. All right. You open the door, and you see this is a hallway. Looking
Where are we
down the
at?
hallway, you can
Are you on
see.
Owlbear?
No, I'm not on Owlbear.
Oh, okay. No problem.
You can see a few doors to the right, and you don't see any doors to the left, but you see a few doors to the right
Right.
toward the southern side of the hall.
Okay. But nothing in the immediate vicinity of the door I opened.
No.
Okay. Well, we got a choice, guys. We either take this path for now and come back to the other one, or we just open all the doors and see what they hold.
What's behind door number 1?
Ooh,
A
More
new
doors.
car! Oh, sorry.
wrong era. No cars here.
A new chariot.
Okay, I'll go with that. You
A
check door
wagon.
1?
Yeah, check door 1.
You're pretty sure this isn't trapped. I'm not even going to make you roll for it. But it is locked.
Okay. Well, I will attempt to unlock it.
All right. Roll me your lockpick skill. Sleight of hand.
Let's see. Sleight of hand. That's a small plus. Oh, 14.
Oh, 14's not bad. You get in there
Mind
and
you,
you're.
I'm plus 12.
Oh, jeez. Okay, the roll was bad, but the outcome wasn't horrible. You get in there and you fiddle around with it for a little while. And it takes you a couple of minutes, and finally you'll hear a click.
I got it.
Took you a lot longer than you feel it should have, but
Could
you
have
were
broken it for
successful.
that. Okay, I opened the door.
All right. You open the door and you see a small chamber. It is approximately 10 feet wide by about 15 feet deep. There is a bed, there is a chest, there is a table, and in the bed, the first thing that you notice right away, everything is coated in dust, and in the bed does indeed lie a skeleton.
Okay, but there's dust. There's no prints at all. There's no sign of movement.
Nope, it does not look like it.
Okay, someone watch my back, watch the skeleton, and I will go check the chest.
All right.
I'll keep an eye out.
Yep. You move up to the chest. Nothing moves except for the dust that you're disturbing.
Right.
And you go up to the chest, and there is indeed a lock on it.
Right. And I rolled a 31.
A 31? Nice.
12.
Yeah, but that means the die was high. All right. At a 31, you get in there, and this is actually a nicer lock. But it doesn't take you too long to unlock it. It's old.
This
It's old
kind of
enough
lock
that you can.
I've done before.
Yeah, you've done this before. You click, and it comes off.
All right, being the fool that I am, I'm going to open the chest.
All right, you open the chest. You find inside the chest, it looks like there's a couple of sets of clothing that are nice, folded, laid down. Old, definitely. There's some stitching and whatnot that's rather fragile as you move things around. But you do find in the bottom of this chest a. Ah, shoot.
Bang.
Well, my book was supposed to stay where I needed it to, and it didn't. You do find in this chest a needle.
Interesting.
Death
And
is magic. Oh, go ahead.
and next to the needle, you do find a pouch that does look like coinage.
Okay. Well, first of all, I would pick up the coinage. Then I would look at the needle. Anybody need a needle? There's no hay.
I would ask Kadath if it is magical.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a closer look at that.
It is indeed magical.
Cool, we got a magic needle.
Gonna try and study it for a few minutes and see if I can figure out what kind of magic it might be.
I'm going to look in my book for magical needles.
Excuse me.
I'm only good at needling people.
Needling. You look in your book for magical needles, and it does talk about how some ciphers will induce their power through a needle, or that they are needles that you like poke yourself with. And Kadeth, you are going to see that this is indeed magical, of course, and it is a boost of sorts. It's not quite like the strength boost. And Evangeline, you will be able to tell right away that it is indeed a cipher, which is a one-time use thing.
I'm curious then.
So
Is it
it's a
something
one-time
that we would
use.
poke yourself with, or is it something you would create clothing with that might add protection?
Well, it does not look like a sewing needle.
Okay,
Or do you
There's
poke
no
someone
place
else
to
with
put
it?
thread.
that could be too.
I'll go ahead and do identify.
All right. This is what you have heard of as a sheen. And I did not put these items in there. It is a needle. You know that the sheens through the identify will give you a bonus to your AC for an entire week.
Hey.
However, they are detrimental to being healed. So you can gain a +1 bonus to your AC, but all healing is at a -2 per die at a minimum of 1, which means if you take a short rest, all your hit die that you might roll, you got to subtract 2 from it. If you were to be healed by like a cure wounds, each die, it would be a -2.
Now, is it a cumulative -2 or a per die -2?
It's a per die -2.
Okay.
That's a lot.
That is quite a bit.
Yeah, but also like for me, that'd take me to a 26 AC.
Who says
mean,
who says he even needs healing?
Yeah,
It does have
has
its
a-
advantages.
I do have a +1 already on my AC. Adding another +1. The question is, would it translate to shapes?
Yes, because it's a magical boost.
And since I generally don't heal anyway because I just wild shape, that might be wild for me. I don't know.
I can barely hear you, Senior.
I'm sorry. I don't know what's wrong. Let me see if I can boost.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it just me? Okay,
No,
No,
he is definitely soft.
been cutting in and out a bit.
let me check on my end if I can adjust that. Say something, Senior.
What?
Well, that's a
I
little
can
better.
say anything
That's
you want.
better. Yeah, that's good. I
Okay.
turned you up on the director side. Okay.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah,
So
and like
yeah,
Kadath,
it is
you and I
beneficial
both
to
do
me.
a lot of temp hit points, and I have my wards and all that, so healing is
Yeah.
rare.
Healing is not something I do a lot of because I just shapeshift and add
Yeah.
hit points that way. But having each of them have a better AC, that might be beneficial.
Something to think
True.
about.
Yeah. So for now, we'll pocket it and see what we do with it.
Yeah, we can decide later. Is it something that'll go into effect pretty quick once it's used?
Yeah, as soon as you use it, it starts and it's good for a week.
Okay.
It's your weekly shot. Actually, it only happens once. It's a cipher, one and done.
Okay.
Till Rhonda learns how to make them.
Yep.
All right. Then how much in the pouch?
I already know how to duplicate magical items.
Well, there you go. We make 4 more.
In the pouch, you are going to actually find 10 platinum pieces.
Nice. So how do we divide 10 by 4?
One for you, one for me, one for you, one for
No,
me,
one for you,
for you.
2 for me.
Yeah, well, you're dividing it between 3 other people, so it's one for you, one for me, one for you. One
Oh,
for
yeah.
me, one for you.
Yeah. I was just thinking 2 for each of them and 4 for me. That works out too. I mean, Forsyth is, after all, from a poor background.
This is true. So that was door number 1. Looking around the room, there's not much else. The tape, it is just a table. There's no drawers or anything like that. The clothing. Give me a history check on the clothing.
Who do you want to roll history?
Well, Forsyth is looking at it, unless he pulls it out for
Yeah.
everybody else to take a look at.
I got a 16.
16. Okay.
That's a natural. So
You do, looking at it, you do recognize a symbol that is embroidered upon it. It is an older symbol of what you saw from Isabella Harak.
okay.
I'm gonna draw it again. It kind of looks like the purple.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I do remember that symbol. I will point it out to the others because they probably paid more attention to her than I did.
Actually,
I think you were the only one that saw her.
you're the only
Oh,
one that
was
went to her.
Oh, then I will point it out and say, hey guys, I saw this symbol from Isabella. And yeah, that's
Which
kind
one's
of
Isabella?
strange. Isabella
The
Harat.
snowflake necklace.
Yes.
That's who he took the snowflake necklace to.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
When I delivered the necklace without you guys, went traveling.
Evangeline.
Froggy went a courting.
Froggy.
Yes.
Froggy went a courting. You will recognize that symbol. That symbol is I believe it's the convergence.
The convergence. I studied that.
Yes. That symbol is, it's not in this book. That's where that symbol was not. The symbol of the convergence, they are the almost anti-order of truth group. They tend to go about collecting Numenera for their own purposes and gains. They do not necessarily share knowledge with anybody. They will use it to maintain power or gain power over others.
I will share that with the party.
Okay.
That could mean that Harak is part of that group.
Yeah.
Somehow I wouldn't be surprised.
We haven't
But
known of any of the 5 to be associated with any particular group, right? Up until now.
Correct. Well, Raneo was in the Order of Truth.
Well, yes.
was.
Now he's quite truthful these days.
He literally is part of the order of the truth tellers.
The Order of Super Truth.
The or else.
Did we lose you, Joe, or your camera just off?
I'm here.
Okay.
Sorry.
Just making sure.
My camera is acting funky and went out, so I'm trying to fix it.
Okay, that's fine.
Play that funky picture camera.
All right, that was door number 1.
Okay, well, this was a rather interesting discovery. Let's see what we get at the next door.
All right.
I will lead way to the next door.
All right, the next door that you open, or you fool around with, you've done it a couple times now, so you're able to pick that lock. I'm not gonna make you roll again.
That was a good one. Oh,
You draw blood.
It's good for a year.
surprisingly, no.
You open the door, and you see a room exactly the same. There is dust covering the floor. There is a skeleton laying in the bed. There's a chest. There's a table.
Okay, please watch the skeleton. I have a feeling that we're not always going to be that lucky. And I will go check the chest.
All right. You go up to the chest, and you work the lock, having just picked one. I'm not going to make you roll again. You fool around with it a little bit, and you hear a click, and the lock comes off.
Right.
Whoever's watching, you are going to see the skeleton
Twitch.
shift. It twitches.
I will pull my despoiler.
All right. Foresight.
And I will ready an action. I'll hold an action. If that skeleton sets up, I'm going to loose some force on it.
All right. You're focused on the chest. You gonna open the chest?
Yes, I am.
All right. You open the chest, and you see in there a couple of sets of clothes. You see a bag. It looks like a pouch of coins. You see resting on a velvet, like a velvet cushion, an obsidian blade. It's a dagger. It's
Okay.
beautifully polished and looks nice and sharp. For what you're guessing the age of everything else around here, this doesn't show any sign of aging. And the skeleton
So it
does
looks
sit up.
nice and new.
Yep, looks
Do
nice
I
and
hear
new.
the skeleton?
You'll
Ah,
probably hear the skeleton sit up. Evangeline,
I'm going to hit it.
roll me your attack.
Interesting. Who messed with my character?
Wasn't me.
Nobody.
No.
Why
Now
would
we know
we?
what
There
Kelly
it
does in
is.
her free time.
Okay.
Okay. That is a
Whoa.
19 to hit.
When you're leaning forward, you don't have to
No.
speak as loud. Remember, you're closer to your mic.
At least I get everybody's attention that way.
That you do.
Not necessarily.
Okay, except for senior.
My ears shut down when people yell.
For 15 points of force damage.
15 points of force damage. You're going to blast that skeleton, and you're going to see it just as you blast it, all of the bones and everything just get pushed and shattered against the wall and just kind of clatter onto the bed.
You should have stayed laying down and minded your manners. You're good, Forsyth.
Okay, thank you. I was going to backhand him with the knife there, but
Yeah,
I didn't really
Evangeline
want
was
to pick
already
it up
ready.
yet.
Yeah.
You told me to watch your back, so I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate it.
The hilt
Cadet.
of this dagger is wrapped in like a black leather. And at the end is like a almost like a black pearl.
I will ask Cadet to
yep.
check it.
Already on it.
Check it for priors.
For priors. It was once used in the
Background
murder of. Checking the serial number now. You look at it. It is definitely magical. It's got some good magic on it.
Okay. Maybe I'll concentrate for a minute, see what kind of magic it is.
All right.
Make sure there's no
Um,
curses, please.
As you concentrate, I believe it's conjuration. You have some conjuration magic on there
Interesting.
and some enchantment.
Abbreviated with ABJ.
Abbreviated with ABJ. I'm gonna look right now. I think it's conjuration. Yes, I was right. Conjuration and enchantment.
Would you like it identified?
Would be worthwhile.
Probably a
I
good idea
believe.
with this one.
Okay, I will do so.
All right, you identify it,
That's
and
what they them.
yeah, and you know that this blade, it's known as a wind slice blade. It does some extra damage, and it's a little easier. It's very well balanced, easier to hit with. But a wind slice blade will allow you or it to teleport to reconnect. It is not cursed, but basically, when you hit somebody with this dagger, you can either teleport to it or you can make it come back to you.
So it's similar to a dagger of returning, but can go both ways.
Yep, basically.
Interesting.
And it is
Does
a
it
plus.
Does it have to hit a creature?
No.
So you could just throw it and then teleport to it.
Yep.
That'd be
It
interesting.
it does indeed require attunement, though.
What sort of action to teleport to it?
Bonus action.
That's pretty handy.
Very. You can move across rooms with it.
That's
Quite quickly.
Okay. Doesn't sound as useful to me as it would to someone else. So.
I don't know.
I mean,
Anybody could. What am I doing?
Yeah,
I shouldn't give
anybody
you
can
any
use
ideas.
right, anybody could use it, but like the problem is the attunement part. I'm attuned to
Mhm.
all the things I want to be attuned
Yeah.
to right now.
In order for it to return to you and you to go to it, there's got to be some kind of attunement.
I'll take it.
Sold to the highest bidder.
Sold to the highest bidder.
I have 3 empty attunement slots.
Yeah,
Oh.
that works.
Wait, the spoiler doesn't require attunement?
Yeah, the spoiler is attuned. That's the only thing I'm attuned to.
Oh,
So how do you
yeah,
have 3?
because she's a Numenera adept.
So she has
She
an
has
extra
4.
slot.
Dang, I don't have any.
She has
Free
She has-
ones.
I have a total of 4,
She has a total of 4.
3 of which are empty.
It's all urine. Yours.
It's all urine.
Right. I will take it.
Mine.
I will hold it in my hand.
All
I will
right.
start attuning.
All right. You feel the magic of the blade begin to warm your hand, and you feel it kind of starting to course within your skin, almost like it's running through the bloodstream.
Okay. Did you say this is not in D&D Beyond?
It is not in D&D Beyond, although it is like a dagger of returning, if that is in there. But I can get it in there later.
That's fine. I'll just remember it in the meantime.
As you
Famous
as
last
you
words.
attune to it, you realize that sharpness, it is a +2 dagger, but the sharpness of the dagger does an additional 1d8 points of damage, piercing damage. It's a serious dagger.
And that's in addition to a regular dagger
Yep.
blow?
Yep. So it'll do 1d4 plus 1d8 plus 2. Plus your dex or strength. Dex, because it's a finesse weapon. Dagger's a finesse, right?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. That is door number 2.
Okay, one dead skeleton, one nice dagger. Let's see what's behind the next door.
Door number 3. I'm getting a lot of books on my table here. Door number 3, you go to it. It is indeed locked. You go to pick it. It picks fairly easily, just like the other 2 doors. Obviously, these doors were not meant to be super.
Locked doors keep honest people honest.
Right. So you
I
open
never
the door.
claim to be honest.
All right. You open the door, and you see a room very much the same. Chest, skeleton on bed, table,
Dusty?
dusty.
Skeleton,
Mm-hmm.
no problem. I trust my friends to protect my back.
All right. So you go on into the chest.
Yep.
All right. Oh shoot, I moved them. Does a 22 hit you?
I believe so, yes.
Sweet. All right. You are going to suddenly, as you walk up to the chest, it opens its mouth and bites you.
Grab that thing and rehabilitate it.
Mimic.
Rehabilitate it. Rehabilitate the mimic.
For how
That is-
much damage?
That is 10 points of piercing damage and 1 point of acid damage.
Not nice.
I rolled really good on my damage there.
Okay, naturally, I'm going to attack with my dagger of venom.
All right, you're going to stab it back. Go ahead and roll me an
Yes.
attack. The rest of you who are watching this see this chest come to life, bite Forsyth, and as a reaction, you've never seen him move quite so fast. He just
14.
flips out that dagger and stabs it back, hitting the wood. Ah, yes. Roll your damage.
Okay. That's 7 points of piercing damage. Hold on, let me see what the need a DC 15 Constitution saving throw because wood can be poisoned.
Because wood apparently can be poisoned. That was a 9.
That is a failure. So we're going to do 2d10 of poison damage.
How much piercing damage did you do?
7.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And 20 points of poison damage, 2 tenths.
Ooh. All right. As you stab it, you definitely did some damage to it, but yeah, it's
Poison for a minute.
The dagger's not so easily removed.
It's no problem because it's only good for one attack as far as until next for a day.
All right. Evangeline, Fix, and Kadeth. I will
That's
let
why
you
I have
choose.
4 more daggers on me.
Nice. I'll let you choose whatever order you guys want to go in. You're watching this happen from the door, or you may have taken a step in or whatever. All of you will be able to see it. All of you are within moving distance to get melee.
Okay. Well, I
Why
can
am I
get
Evangeline.
in
gonna want
there
to get
and
to
swing.
melee? Like that seems like a
Oh,
bad idea.
I'm
Yeah,
using
you
my
see
him
kinda-
spoiler, and it was an 18 to hit.
That hits. For how
For
much damage?
14.
14 force.
Yep.
All right.
Preferably targeted at Forsyth's dagger.
You're going to force the dagger?
Well, hopefully the force will knock the dagger out.
One would hope. The force hits it. You see some of the wood splinter. You hear a screech. But it's still moving. Who's next? Fix or Kadeth?
I can, I guess.
All right.
I'll go in and swing at it a couple times.
Okay.
Maybe miss. I don't know. 17.
17 is a hit.
Okay, 9 damage.
Okay. And your sword adheres.
To the.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If I try to pull it away, can I? Or.
You can roll me a strength check.
That would be a 4.
No. Oddly enough, this is some pretty stinking strong adhesive.
Then I will let go of the sword.
All right.
And it disappears and goes back to where I store it.
You call it out and hit again?
No, because it.
Oh, okay. Does it take an action to pull it back?
Yeah.
Okay, then yep. Then you pull it back and it disappears. And that's it. All right, that brings us to Fix.
Seeing if there's anything specific I want to do. Don't want to hit it with a weapon, seeing what Kadath just went through.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I can just hit it once and make my sword disappear. Hit it another time.
yeah, I will just cast Firebolt at it. That's a 20 to hit.
Yeah.
That hits.
If all else fails, burn it.
Burn it.
That is
Burn.
It is wood.
25 fire damage.
25 fire damage. It catches
Got wood.
fire. And
If it survives, I'll just.
it screeches, and you see it kind of wiggling. You see its tongue flailing about. It is dying rapidly. It is. You did a killing blow to it. And as the fire burns on the mimic, it's not affecting your dagger, but your dagger is in the fire at the moment.
Okay, well,
While it's
I'm gonna
burning,
just-
I was gonna say I could throw another force at it, and while it's burning, see if it shatters it.
Ow, 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 ow.
I could go for a shatter there, or you can try to pull it out. I don't.
I don't want to use that.
I can
I'm
hit
gonna
it with
become a
Eldritch
fire
Blast a bunch
elemental.
of times.
You said it's dead. It's just burning.
Yeah, it's burning.
I'll just take my decanter of endless water and put out the water, or put out the fire.
Put out the fire.
Okay, all right, that'll work. You open
I'll
that up
just
and the water
pull the dagger
pours
out.
out. And you can pull out the dagger. Dagger's a little warm to the touch, but you're able to pull it out. It is unscathed. It is not damaged.
Right. It's magic. All right. Well, I'm going to sheath that dagger for the day because it's not going to be good till tomorrow.
All right. There is pile of ash of mimic. There's bones laying in the bed. There's a table. Looking around, there's lots of dust. But that doesn't seem to be anything of import in here.
How about export?
Nope, it's already gone. It's been exported.
It left on the train. All my bags are packed. I'm ready to go. Okay. Well, I think this one was set up for us, guys. We might want to move on to the next room that we can find. How
All
many
right.
doors were down this hallway?
Just 3.
Okay. Back to the main hall, and we go to the next door.
Oh, the second pouch had.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, another 10 platinum. I'm rolling good for you guys. What the heck?
Okay. Well, I'm keeping track of the platinum, and I'll hand it out later.
All right.
It's just easier to do that way. So I'll just concatenate that into 20 platinum.
All right.
That translates to 5 platinum each. You don't have to have any left over for me to pocket. I mean,
Sure.
I'm keeping an honest count. Honest. Trust me on
Honest.
this.
Honestly. All right.
I've mended my ways.
You walk out the
And
door.
now with a needle, we can mend some clothes.
Just don't poke yourself.
Well, that wouldn't be bad for me. So
Now what are you doing? Just out of curiosity. I know what you were doing before.
okay, while we're walking, Forsyth is actually going to cast a cure wounds on himself.
Okay.
Because he did take some damage there.
All right. You walk back out into the hall.
10
Forsyth,
points back, so I'm only down 1 now.
that's nice. You go to the next door on the east wall.
Right.
It is unlocked.
Is it untrapped?
It seems untrapped.
Well, I rolled a 22 for investigation just in case.
It's untrapped. It is not trapped. You open this door and you see before you another hall with only one door to the right. To the left, sorry, the opposite direction. One door
Right.
to the left, which would be the northern side of the wall.
Okay. Well, we will go check it.
All right. You go to the door. I'm going to have you roll another lockpick on this one.
Okie dokie. We will roll a lockpick. That is an 18.
18. Okay. You get in there and you fiddle with it. It takes you a minute or two. This is a better lock than the other 3. After a minute, it clicks.
Oh, not that kind of clicks.
Yeah, the light bulb turns on. Bing. And you are able to unlock the door.
Now I understand it. It clicks.
Yes. It is now unlocked.
Okay. I will open the door.
All right. You open the door. Inside this door, you see a grand bedroom. Bedroom set for a king, queen. There's a huge bed off to one side, postered with drapery. There is a beautiful like drawing desk to one side. There is another table with a small mirror on it to another side. There are pictures along the walls as well as tapestries. There's a fireplace in the eastern wall, obviously not lit. There does seem to be dust covering a lot of things.
All right.
Or everything. There's a layer of dust on everything.
Right. We can age it by the layers of dust.
Just about.
All right. I will go look in any enclosed spaces that I
Uh,
see.
as you look around, you do see a wardrobe.
I will open it.
All right, you open the wardrobe, and there is a bunch of fur coats. No, I'm just kidding. There, you open the wardrobe, and it looks like there is a couple of very fine garments in here, both men's and women's styles. Definitely fit for nobility. Um, Probably embroidered with metallic threads, golds and silvers. Uh, in the bottom of the wardrobe, you do see some shoes that will match the outfits. And sitting upon one of there's a cushion down in there. Sitting upon the cushion, there looks to be one that had an indent of possibly a crown, and there is another one that actually has a tiara sitting on it.
Okay. Kadeth, would there be any magic in this tiara?
Probably, but let's look.
Um, Taking a look, you do see a tiara. Or magic, sorry. Of course you see a tiara. That's what I already
Okay, I
told you.
see a
You
tiara.
see a
Good.
tiara. Congratulations, you're not blind. Um, this is not the book I'm looking for. You do indeed see magic. And I'm going to tell you, I think it's abjuration. I'm going to tell you in just a second.
It's conjuration.
Because there's some really nice
Evocation.
tiaras that I've heard of. Some of them can be very, very powerful in their uses.
Nope, divination.
So, divination. Oh, that sounds divine.
I'll use my last level 1 spell slot and identify.
All right. Looking at it, the divination that you see emanating from this is fairly powerful. It is true seeing. This is a tiara, basically, of true seeing.
So
That would be.
I'm guessing we're all gonna fight over this one.
Well, the question
It's
is.
exactly what Fix says. Like
Yeah.
as he
You are
I'm
muted, Rhonda.
curious though. Would this actually help me to see in any form?
I don't think there'll be any fighting over it. I can't wait to see any one of you wearing a tiara. You'll look so precious.
Well, the
I
fact
mean,
is I can look like a girl, so it wouldn't matter.
this is true.
and I'll just
Um,
put
My only
a hood over it or something.
no, I'm imagining that this is going to. Yeah, I wouldn't mind taking off the ring for the tiara.
I don't
I
know that it
say
would
It's going to be an
you.
transfer.
attunement slot, isn't it?
it is going to
Yeah.
require an attunement slot.
I think we
And
should have you create 2 more of them.
my
Or
question
3
is,
more of them.
would this translate to that ability in any form?
It wouldn't because you adopt their senses. So like you gain scent, you gain their dark vision, so
Right.
it replaces
Except
yours.
Except that it is
some
a
magic
magical
items
item.
can. Some magic items do. It's up to the GM.
Well,
It's up to the
typically they
GM. That's
don't because not even racial vision transfers.
Right, but magic items are different.
but I just change forms when I'm doing changeling thing. When I wild shape, that's a different thing.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
wild
talking about. The
shape
wild
is-
shape, the
Yeah.
changing thing.
It's up
isn't
to the
it?
GM whether it.
Oh no, the
'Cause it
changeling it
would-
would definitely flip over.
Yeah. But
In
with
general,
magic
wild shape
items, it's up to
magic
the
items.
GM whether it works or not.
Right, but in general they don't. It is up to the DM, but in general they don't.
Right. So Jody,
A lot of it depends on whether they seem like something that the new shape could wear.
the wrecking ball's in your court. I mean, what is your reading on this? You said that last time. um,
I'll have to think on that. I don't imagine it'll come into play just yet, but I'll have to think on that
see, it's like because
because
a
it
lot
is
of the
it.
animals, a lot of them, do come with certain vision capabilities, but
Right. But
others don't say anything about it. So I would imagine it would use whatever vision capability I would have.
No, it just
um,
Well,
uses
that's
normal
funny.
vision.
it would use normal vision
Yeah.
at that point. Um, the biggest thing that I have to think about is the fact that magical items such as like your magical weapon won't translate to claws. Your magical armor does not
Right.
translate to your armor class. You know,
Right.
so your
Yet that armor sheath does.
the armor sheath does because it's skin,
Right.
and you can choose to transform with certain things. This is what I would do. The reason why I let the skin go is because you can choose to not transform the skin,
Right.
and it's on your beast, but it's going to look like your beast because of the magic of the skin. Um,
Right.
Now, if you wish to transform, this is my ruling. If you wish to transform into a shape and still have this ability, the tiara will be on your wild shape. It won't
So
actually
bear with
transform
the
into your
tiara.
being. Yep.
Love it. Tinkerbell. Anyway, okay.
Yeah, you're gonna be
Tinker
Tinkerbell.
Bear?
Yeah,
Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbear. That actually has it's so useful. That's the thing. Because then I'm going to have that sight capability no matter uh, whether that shape comes with that sight capability or not. And let's face it, people might notice that tiara, but then it's distinctive. I like that.
You'll be a bear with a tiara.
So I would argue for it, but if someone else has a greater need, I'm not like averse to them having it.
I don't think that
I,
anybody has a greater need than anyone else. That's the thing, is
right.
it is such a useful
Well,
ability that
yeah,
everyone
I don't
could
have
use
the
it.
dark vision,
Right.
That's
and you
true.
do. And
It would
Evangeline doesn't have
alleviate that.
an attunement slot, and I can take off that ring of mind shielding.
Evangeline has 2 more attunement slots.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit, she does. Never mind. Well, I can get rid of the ring of mind shielding.
I have a crap ton.
All right. Well, if you want it, go ahead. But
She has too many attunement slots.
She has a lot of attunement slots.
If I'm not mistaken,
Wait,
I'm the only
her
one here not arguing for it.
Yeah,
oh no,
she
I'm not
doesn't
arguing.
care.
So her book
I was to
doesn't
say
take
I'm not.
attunement slot?
Wait a
I don't
minute.
need it.
Her book does not.
No. Joe can't wear it
Why?
because
You
you
have
have
a
a circlet.
Yeah. Well, I would have to take something off in you either way.
Yeah.
right.
So
Same here. I would take the ring off and give it to Evangeline. She can have mind shielding.
There you go. Shield my mind.
But anyway, I offer that up as an option. We don't have to argue about it.
You can always put it in a sack and save it for later too.
Yeah.
But you do find
I'm
that
good either
within the
way.
wardrobe.
What'd you say, Kadeth?
I said I'm good either way.
Okay.
What is it? What does it do again?
It's a tiara of true seeing.
True seeing. Okay.
I can just imagine a wind elemental with a tiara on.
Yeah, that's funny.
In the scope of things, it'd probably be the first thing that I'd take off of attunement if I didn't have an attunement slot available.
What say
Um,
you, Fix?
Oh, I'm fine either way if Evangeline wants it.
Why does everybody think I want it?
I didn't
I
think you
didn't.
wanted it.
Yeah, it was if it's
I will
not a
take it to
priority for me.
benefit the party. I will wear it, but no, I did not. I did not ask for it. It's not that I won't take it.
I contend that it serves me better than it does you, but that's just personal opinion.
I'm perfectly fine with that.
Works for me.
Okay.
I
will
cast
take
see invisibility, which is good enough
Right.
for me.
which is close.
And I can give you that ring of mind shielding.
All right.
That is an attunement item too. So I would need to unattune.
Yeah, I'm not sure if a tiara of true seeing is in D&D Beyond, to be perfectly honest.
Okay. Well, I
But I'll
will.
have to.
I'll put it in my notes for now. And,
Yeah, put it in your notes.
My notes are really long.
Some things I think about and have time to get into D&D Beyond beforehand, and other times not so much.
Other times she goes to a convention instead.
Yeah, instead. All right. So Forsyth is gonna gently place the tiara of true seeing upon his halfling head, and Evangeline, you've got the ring of mind shielding. That is actually in D&D Beyond,
Okay.
so you can.
It's tiara of I'm a pretty princess.
I'm a pretty
I'm a
princess.
pretty
Crystal ball of
princess.
true seeing.
All right.
Okay, so ring of mind shielding and delete it off of mine. She can. All right, no problem. Gone.
Roll me, all four of you. Go ahead and roll me perceptions.
Oh, not initiative.
Yeah, no, not yet.
17.
Nice,
Ah,
Dirty,
doggone.
dirty 20.
nice.
Wait a minute. I threw my dice.
14.
All right. Rhonda has to go on a dice hunt.
Oh my
Throwing
gosh.
dice is an automatic one, isn't it?
If your
I'll just
dice
roll
leave the table.
I'll just roll a different dice. And then I'll go look for it. Well,
She'll get the one on that one.
you said perception, right?
Yes.
I was a nat 20 for a 24.
Nice. All right. Fix and Evangeline. You are going to notice as you kind of watching Forsyth dig through the wardrobe and kind of taking in the whole room, you are going to begin to notice that the portraits on the wall are
We're at Hogwarts.
moving. You kind of only catch it out the corner of your eye. When you look directly at them, they don't seem to be moving, but when you turn away, you can kind of see at the corner of your eye they appear to be moving.
Just moving, or moving like they're watching us.
Moving.
Do they have nameplates under them?
They do.
What's one of the nameplates that I saw moving?
You kind of take a look. Under one, it has a portrait of two people, seem to be royal. You see Lord and Lady
FantasyNameGenerator.com.
fantasy name
Gaga. Oh,
Baka. Lord and Lady Baka.
Oh, that's so New Mexican.
Bhaka.
Oh, okay. No H in there. There's BACA.
No. Bhaka. Baka.
I don't know if this will do anything, but I'll say, Lord and Lady Baka, do you spy upon us? And I'll watch it.
Um,
I
They-
will be prepared to grab if I need to.
and you will watch them for a bit. They do not respond, but you do see them seem to shrink a little bit, as if they're stepping back. It's very minute, very almost imperceptible.
They say, "Oh, we were caught."
If that is you, come forward, and I won't burn your portrait.
Wow!
I know,
Running is showing.
right there.
What was your alignment again?
Align.
Oh, we're only a picture.
My alignment is. Where is it? It's somewhere here.
Sounded
Neutral
like
good.
neutrally. Yeah, I could say that
Neutral
sounded like
good.
neutral
All
evil.
right.
I don't.
True neutral, perhaps.
It's a
All
portrait.
right. It's a portrait.
Roll an
Not gonna
intimidation
kill him.
check.
Right. Intimidate that painting.
I can. I will. I will roll that intimidation.
No. You will see them step forward.
Can you communicate?
You will see them step back and turn to face each other.
I think he met with him, not with themselves.
What, not with each other?
Maybe they interpret and communicate through interpretive movement.
Could be.
I'm gonna try
Do you
something. that
dance?
I'm going to try something that might be very, very stupid.
Giving me money.
Okay, what's new?
He's
I'm
gonna
going to
use his
attempt
circlet.
to use my circlet to telepathically connect first with the portrait to see if anything happens.
Like the painting itself, or are you focusing on one of the people?
I would. Okay, I will.
Portrait is vague. Are you going to try to connect to the portrait, or are you going to connect to the one of the people?
I would first try to connect to the portrait itself.
Okay. Attempting to connect to the portrait, you hit a wall. There's no
Okay.
sentience.
Right. Then I would try to connect to Lady Baka.
All right. You do. Would she? She does seem to tilt her head just a little bit. And you'll hear her say, "What a strange presence."
Do you see a dwarf and some larger people in your view right now?
You will see them continuing to move. Now that you're kind of looking at it, they are indeed dancing. And you do see her start to look
The
around.
interpretive dance, I told you.
That's what I said.
And she says, "No."
Okay. What age is it right now?
Why, the grand age of science and magic. It is the second age, of course. Who is this?
No one that you would know, but my name is Kofik Trinson.
Do we hear this, or is this only him?
This is only him. He's communicating
Okay.
via his circlet. But you do
Okay.
see him standing there and
like cross his arms and like tilt his head, and definitely signs that something's happening.
Right.
I'm looking in my book.
all right. You're looking in your book for moving paintings. What are you looking for?
First off, for these two people.
Oh, okay. Lord and Lady Baka. In your book, Lord and Lady Baka were prominent members of society in the Second Age. They actually helped to create and fund the obelisk of the water god. Or they actually, you know it as the obelisk of the water god because that's the current map. But it is actually in your book. It will name the city as soon as I get to the city. Excuse me. It will say it is they helped fund and grow Siamum. Ciamum. They were chosen. They were chosen rulers, not born rulers.
I'm gonna take out some rope,
Okay.
hand one into Forsyth, and tie the other around my waist.
Okay.
Don't let me go too far.
No
And then I will
problem.
reach up and I will place my hand on the portrait.
Okay. Roll me a wisdom saving throw. You can choose to fail if you wish.
I will choose to fail.
All right. You put your hand on the portrait, and almost as soon as your hand touches the portrait, you get pulled. There's no, and you're gonna allow yourself to be pulled.
Yep, about 45 feet of slack was left.
All right. You get pulled into the portrait. The rest of you, looking at this portrait, you see Fix like just get sucked into the portrait. And as you kind of watch, you will begin to see a painting emerge of Fix. Fix seems to have joined this portrait.
They did his nose all wrong.
That's not what he looks like.
Is there a rope still tied to him?
There's a rope going into the portrait.
Right. But do
In
I
the
see it
painting, is there a rope?
in the painting of
in
him?
the painting, you will see the rope in the painting.
Okay, no problem. Then I'm okay with this.
Okay.
I just say, Fix, I hope you know what you're doing.
Fix, you find yourself suddenly appear in a grand ballroom. Beautiful. You imagine it was the hall in its heyday. It's definitely doesn't look like that now. But there's beautiful tapestries. Everything's lit up with beautiful candelabras, and there seems to be several people dancing. As soon as you appear, you will see Lady Baka. She will stop, and she will get startled. She will look at you. She will say, "Where did you come from?" She says it vocally. She hasn't made the connection. You can tell she hasn't made the connection.
I will say vocally and through the telepathic link at the same time, the 9th age.
The 9th age. So you are from far in the future then.
The
Yes.
future.
Yes, Marty. Oh.
You're gonna call me
No, no.
call me Smarty.
No, Marty. Marty McFly
Marty.
from Back to the
Gotcha.
Future.
Yes, Marty.
Yeah.
Got it. She's what brings you here? How did you get here?
We found a portrait in what was once, I believe, your keep.
Okay. you can see Lord Baka kind of taking it in, and so why do you come?
Because we noticed your paintings move, and most paintings that move are dangerous. At this time, I'm going to focus. Do I still feel the connection to the group, the telepathic connection?
You do not.
Okay. I don't know what happened to you in your time to get you sucked into this painting.
Uh, I don't know that we are not sucked into a painting. You have
When was How long have you been at this ball?
approximately an hour.
Hmm. What were you saying there, Jody?
Uh, Lord Baka will say you have something tight about yourself.
I look behind, where does it go?
It just kind of goes about this far and then just stops. Just midair. Just stops.
It was an attempt at securing myself to my realm. I hope it worked. Or to my time, I guess is the proper term.
Interesting. She will. Okay. She totally believes you. He also totally believes you. They look at each other and you can see that a little exchange goes between them. Whether or not it's just simply because they know each other and can tell what each other are thinking, or if there is actually an exchange of communication telepathically, you're not sure. But she does give a little nod, and this is, as she nods her head, you do notice the glint. She is indeed wearing the tiara, and he is also wearing a crown. They look at each other, or she gives a little nod to him, and she turns to you, and
Yes,
she
I
says,
am. I will tell her, yes, I am the form that I appear to be.
so you do know what it does.
And I look to him, what does yours do?
He smiles. He says, the same.
Well, yours was missing.
I mean, if you're from the ninth age, we're long and gone and no longer need them. Come, we have something to show you.
Is it within 45 feet?
No, it is not.
Mm. I will take a moment. I will pull out a piece of paper. I will write on it, be right back, and hold it towards where I see the rope coming out.
All right.
And
Uh,
then oh, go ahead.
go ahead.
And then once I do that, what I'll try to do is I'll fold it up like a little paper airplane and throw it like right towards where the rope is coming through thin air. See if it goes through or if it floats past.
Okay. All right. You three on the other side, you do see Kofik shuffling around and whatnot. You eventually see him pull and flatten out a parchment. You can read it. It says "Be right back," and then you'll see him fold it and throw it, and then it disappears. It disappears from the canvas. Um, it does not appear to you guys. And Fix, you do see it just float on beyond where the rope is.
Do you have something heavy? I'll ask them. Or
I
of
mean,
moderate weight.
the heaviest thing in here is probably the guards, to be fair. Do you need an inanimate object? Like,
I
what
just
what
don't
is
want
your?
I don't want the rope to decide to fall through the other side and get stuck here.
Oh, you're going to remove.
Unless it's within 45 feet.
Oh, well, oh, okay.
Unless
I mean,
there's
your
a
anchor.
miscalculation between here and there so that the distance of the rope is not doesn't matter. So let's try that. Let's go. I'll leave it on and we'll try to go.
All right, very well. Follow. And she will begin to walk down or walk toward the door that you guys went down to find their room. He follows her and you follow him. Doesn't seem to be getting any more tight.
Okay.
Um, as the three of you notice, he turns to walk and he does get smaller for a little bit, but then he stops shrinking at all. And you kind of see the ballroom come into view a little bit more. And it seems that the painting is following these people. Um, so you don't feel the rope pull taut or anything. And you follow them through the door and into their room, and you see that there is a what appears would be a painting hanging on the wall, and there is a tapestry kind of hanging against it. You will notice that it's kind of puffed out a little bit, that it's covering a painting intentionally. And they look at each other and they said, "This may be odd. We covered this painting because it started to change some time ago, and I am unsure exactly what this means. We decided to cover it instead of remove it so that we could check on it every so often in the privacy of our home here. And we haven't looked at it in several weeks, but perhaps it may be of interest to you.
Is it in the same spot as their portrait
It
was?
it is.
Okay. I'll say absolutely and I'll wait.
All right. Um, Lord Baka pulls back the tapestry, and as he pulls it back, you immediately see um, their room covered in dust, and you see Evangeline, Cadeth, and Forsyth standing there. Forsyth holding a rope. It looks like the rope is headed toward the painting, but it does not extend forward, or it doesn't extend beyond the painting. Or
Those are my companions.
from the three of you, your perspective, you see Lord and Lady Baka. You see a side of Fix. You saw that Lord Baka pulled back a tapestry, but what he revealed was completely black to the three of you standing in the
Oh, so we're still watching them, not the spot.
right.
Interesting.
Hmm. So in your world, I have to ask, what did this painting show before? Was it simply your room covered in dust?
It was definitely our room. It aged. The room did rather rapidly when it first started to appear, and then it slowed down. We have seen a few things come through. Um, Not through the painting, but like we've seen a few things come in and out of our apparent room. Um, that's when we decided to cover it.
What did you see?
Well, we saw what appeared to be a mage come through. We saw a few acolytes come through. Um, on occasion, we've seen, dare I say, undead come through. It has been a while since we've, like I said, we've covered it and we check on it periodically. It's been a while since we've seen anything come through. It was a little unnerving. That's why we covered it.
Did you ever touch it?
No. I mean, if it was, I didn't want to risk.
If possible, would you like to come to the ninth age?
No.
I can tell you now, your keep is in ruins, and I do not know fully what happened to you. And I would give a brief history of what happened since the second age and the cities disappearing and falling. And
Oh, dear.
did Evangeline mention what she found in her book?
I would imagine so, but she ran off.
Oh, well, we can retcon this if she didn't, but
Well, she doesn't usually keep things secret, so.
right. So, and Fix would say, I am aware of I would ask them if the city has already been built.
The city has been built. We are celebrating our 3rd year of establishing this great city, and the 3rd year of the people's prosperity.
What year is it exactly? What date is it exactly?
It is start date 319.
They'll give some sort of date.
They
Yes.
will give you a date.
Where is that date as it coincides to the Great
What you
Catastrophe?
believe was the catastrophe. They give you a date that is approximately 40 years or so prior to that catastrophe.
Now the question is this a pocket dimension, or is this actually back in time?
I don't
Feels
know.
like it's actually back in time.
You're getting a bit of a headache.
You know what? I will kneel down. I will take a chisel out, say sorry for your floor. And I will chisel into the stone. The letter K. If you see this, raise your sword. And then I will wait.
You saw Kofik kind of disappear.
And then I'll point downwards.
And then, I mean, you saw him remove a tool. And then he kind of disappears. And then he comes back. The direction from whence he disappeared was in the corner. Like he moved toward the corner of the room, just so you know.
And I will try to point in a way that they would see it to look that direction in the painting.
You 3 may roll me. I will allow you to choose insight or just a straight intelligence. I realize insight uses wisdom, but this has to do with knowing Kofik.
Right.
So I will allow you to use insight or give me a straight intelligence check.
So just your modifier, not a save or whatnot.
Right.
$13.
16 on the insight.
Okay.
An 18.
18. Did you use insight or intelligence?
I used intelligence.
Okay. Kadeth, with your insight, you figure he's doing something. He pulled out a tool, he moved. He's doing something to try to test things. Evangeline, you're kind of putting together the same thing the way he kind of fooled around with the pensieves and he put something in the pensieve, to try to figure out, is this real people, or is these visions, what is this? So you kind of putting the connection together. You know the direction that he went, even though he disappeared from the painting.
I was in the bathroom, so.
Oh, he went toward the corner of the room. When he left the painting, you saw him pull out kind of a tool. You weren't quite sure what it was, but he pulled out a tool and he disappeared toward the corner of the room. And then he came back shortly thereafter.
I'm going to go to that corner.
Okay.
I would have some idea of maybe what kind of tool it was because we're proficient with the same tools.
Right. So
I'm going to go to where he went, and I'm going to investigate in the room where we are and see if I find that tool.
All right. You investigate the area. I'm not going to make you roll for this because you know kind of what you're looking for. You do not see a tool there. However, you do see some markings in common, modern common. Did you write out the whole thing, or did you just mark a mark?
I said I put the letter K for Kadath.
Oh, okay.
If you see this, raise your sword.
Okay. So he took some time to do this. And it does say what he just said.
I will tell Kadath to raise his sword. I guess I could raise my sword. I do have one.
I'll
it
raise my
says-
sword.
But it says K.
I'll raise my sword and kind of look around awkwardly.
You will notice in the painting that Kadeth does indeed raise his sword.
I'll raise my hand with a thumbs up.
Awkward communication, but yes, it's working.
Now he's messed up their floor forever.
Can you hear me now?
Well, then I don't know that taking you out of your time is a good thing. My understanding is you do much good for this world.
Well, it would be bad to leave now. Knowing the future, I feel we should prepare a bit.
That'd probably be a good idea.
I doubt we will be able to stop it, obviously. However, perhaps we can mitigate some damages.
Yes. But now I wonder why the DM put this here. Oh. I grab his crown and I run and I jump in the pit. No.
All right. She says, well, you are welcome to stay if you would like. It does seem that you have a group waiting for your return.
I do. What should we do with this portrait?
This one specifically, or the one in my, or the
The
one
one
in
in
your
my
time?
time.
I would say leave it there.
Your keep is not in good repair. Those that could fall upon it could be nefarious.
It is possible, but those that come through the portrait, we are now aware. Apparently, it has us. we will be the first to see. And then she taps her tiara.
Mhm. Hmm. Would you mind if I moved your portrait? You would see much more activity.
Very well. We will probably keep it covered on our end. It's a little unnerving,
I
but
can
we will
imagine.
we'll check it every so often.
Thank you. Now, I don't know if I need to go through this portrait or back the way I came.
Um, that I do not know. This is all new to me. Perhaps whoever has the other end of your rope, perhaps they can just pull you
Okay. I'll take the rope and I'll hold it up and I'll like give it a try to check.
through to get Forsyth to pull you through.
Yes.
Feeling pressure on the rope, I will indeed pull.
All right, you begin to pull on the rope. You will feel it pull taut, um, and you will begin to be pulled through the portrait. Uh, it would be another wisdom saving throw, but you can choose to fail if you so want to.
I will choose to fail.
All right. Um, all right. Before long, you pull, and out comes Kofik. You're gonna just let him fall on his ass.
Yep.
Evangelina's a hard yes.
You
Yes.
really want an answer?
Okay, you fall out and you hit the floor. It's not far enough
And
to
we
do any
laugh.
damage, but yeah, it's a little painful. It's a stone floor.
So,
It's all right. I'm
did
in
you
armor.
ask him where any treasures are?
I'll walk over and I'll punch him on the armor and say, "We could have lost you," and turn around and
Yeah.
walk away.
Huh. Evangeline,
Where's their
wait.
main vault?
What?
I'll
Where's
pull
their
out.
vault?
I will. Hopefully, they're still watching. I'll pull out a parchment and I'll be like, "Where's the treasure?" And I'll hold it up towards that.
She will smile, um, and she'll point down.
Okay, so we got a subterranean part to look at.
Yeah, seems like it. And okay,
Thumbs
so
up.
yeah, I went in with the bag of holding, so I'm guessing it's not an extra dimensional space. So I'm
Nope.
gonna take the portrait down and I'm gonna put it in my bag of holding, not the one with the orb.
Okay. Glad you made that call.
Mhm. That orb has its own bag of holding.
It has its own
Now you
extra
see the
dimensional
problem I
It's a
space.
was
pouch
having
of holding.
holding everything because I was running out of space.
So yes, I will do that. I will
All right.
take that. Guess they're gonna see black for until we get back
It'll
to
be
the
black
keep.
for a while. Yep.
Till the um
They had torches on the walls.
and then I'll look at the other paintings and see if any of them move.
They do indeed move.
Oh crap. What are the other ones portraits of?
One of them says storms, and you do indeed see a storm, and it does seem to be lightning. I mean, you can't hear it, but you assume thunder is accompanying it. You know, there's lightning, there's thunder, there is every time it flashes, it's really dark, but every time it flashes, you do see a field and some trees to the sides. It seems to be a clearing. There's a keep there uh, on this field, um, and each time it flashes, it looks familiar.
Is it this keep?
No.
I still have my paper out. Each time it flashes, I'm drawing a bit of it
All right.
so that I can see a full picture of it.
More and more as you draw it, it looks more and more like Lady Guerra's.
Garrett's castle. Yep. That's what I was
Evangeline,
afraid of. Yes.
ask your book when the last when storms like this would have happened at Gira's location.
Okay.
All right.
Major storms.
Could be a way
Major
to sneak
storm.
in.
You look up major storms in your book, and that it gives you all kinds of lists. You narrow it down to storms near Weirfall, north of Weirfall to be precise. Major storms, severe storms, and the book does list a couple of times that severe storms happened in that area.
Okay.
One was during the Fourth Age, and it actually destroyed part of the castle. It was so severe, it destroyed part of the castle. Um, the other time, it just says storms,
Says
and then it
what?
stops. It just says storms, and then it stops.
Mm.
And
Okay, near
Can oh
I think at this point we need to take a bio break because I'm kind of wiggling a lot here.
All right.
So we'll be back.
All
Give me
right.
give me some time.
Give us like 5-10 minutes, folks. We'll be right back.
And we're back.
And we're back. Yes.
Countdowns are nice. All right. You just saw the painting Storms, and you asked your book about it.
Yes.
It lists 2 times. One, it talks about one in the 4th age that destroyed part of the castle, part of that keep, and then it lists one more, and it just says Storms.
Can you get your book to expand upon that second one?
I don't know. I can try. I can
You-
certainly try.
You can concentrate on that book. As you concentrate on the last one, the pages just become blank.
Can I tell if this is something that just didn't make it in for whatever reason or was possibly redacted?
Roll me. I'll let you choose intelligence or religion because it has to do with a religious relic, in essence.
Doesn't matter. They're both the same. That's a 17.
17. You do find it kind of strange that it's just blank. It is quite possibly that this was redacted, or it started and it was never completed, or hasn't completed.
Does it have a timestamp of the entry of who entered it?
Entered by
Did they
Lorekeeper.
sign it?
No, there is no authorship stamp.
Hmm.
What is the. I forgot.
Castle Aventure.
Aventure, that's it. I'm gonna specifically on Castle Aventure see what the book says about it. Lords, ladies of the castle, you know, who's in charge, who's taking ownership.
Oops. All right. Yeah. Okay. As you kind of ask the book for some history, you do learn that Castle Aventure was built in the 3rd age um, by the people of Weirfall um, as a home for Weirfall's leaders at the time of the 3rd age. It was in honor of their commitment to the city of Weirfall after the destruction that happened in the 2nd age. So it was completed early on in the 3rd age. It was completed for Lord and Lady Baruvis.
Okay.
Would your book have the family tree of that lineage?
I will continue looking.
Okay. As you look into the book for the Baruvis name and looking for the lineage, it looks like the name Baruvis was passed down through the ages. And it does appear that Castle Aventure has always been in the hands of a Baruvis family member. The last known entry into this family tree is Gera Baruvus.
Ah. Okay.
Does she have any siblings?
From what you can tell on the family tree, she had an elder brother who died young. But other than that, there is no other mention of siblings.
Elder brother who died young. I wonder how that happened.
Hmm.
Okay.
I only showed him the water. I didn't tell him to go swimming.
With the lead weights. Hmm.
Well, one thing we know for sure. This painting wasn't put here during the Second Age.
No, it's not. Can you find out who were the people that owned or lived in this keep through the ages?
I'm going to see what history knowledge the Book of Knowledge has on this particular keep and the Lord and Lady here.
As far as the book knows, and has been recorded throughout the years, Lord and Lady Abaka ran this keep up through and into the Third Age. They did survive the catastrophe and managed to save several people. Shortly thereafter, they redispersed and allowed this to become more of a fortress, which over time the country no longer felt need for and abandoned. It was abandoned by the Fourth Age. Or in the middle of the Fourth Age ish.
Does your I guess this should have been our first question for your book. Does your book have any information on paintings that allow one to traverse time?
I will ask the book that paintings that can be used to traverse time.
It is traversing through time is wild magic. Very few can control it. Those few are typically part of the realm known as the Fae, or the gods themselves.
Oh God, I forgot her name now.
Which one?
The cat,
Shallow?
Shallow.
Hello.
And we found out her actual name, and I forgot what that was. Something the undying or
Yes.
unaging.
Yeah. I'd have to look
If
it
you
up.
remember what session it is in, I can look it up, but I don't remember it right off the top of my head.
I don't either.
I think it was the unaging.
Yes, I think that's what it was.
I think it was more the one who never ages or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
As the one who never ages, seems like someone that may have intimate relationship with this sort of time.
And that was before you met Zybella, right?
No.
No. You went back after Zybella.
I went back after I took over the order.
Jagged. Yeah.
Or yeah, the Jagged
It
Dream.
was after he took over the Jagged
Or Jagged
Dream.
Edge. Or yeah, Jagged Dream. Sorry.
Jagged Dream. Jagged
Yep.
Edge. Whatever.
Yeah,
Go for it.
Jagged Dream.
The jagged
Because I-
something.
The Dreamy Edge.
Yes, I
That might be
went
one
to
I don't
her
have in yet.
to
I do.
get the pendants created for the group.
That's right.
And that is when I started to question who she was, and we asked your book once you got it, and it told us. One who never ages or something like that.
Okay. It was toward the last half of the previous book.
Either way, would your book be able to tell us if she is the artist of these paintings? And after I ask that, I'm going to start looking for any sort of signature or maker's mark.
All right. You're looking specifically for a maker's mark. Roll me an investigation.
19 with my +1.
19. Not too bad. You're looking at the paintings. You do see some marks in some various locations in the paintings themselves, but you can't quite make out what the mark is. You just know that there's something there.
What I can discern from it, I will copy onto my parchment. And then I would, once Evangeline's done, or actually, even Forsyth and Kadath, I would ask them to. I'd be like, hey, I see a mark here. Can you tell what the hell this is?
I'll use my knowledge of history.
Okay. You use your knowledge of history. What'd you roll?
17.
17.
Not a very good roll.
It's not a very good roll. You kind of look at it. You look at Fix's drawing of what he could decipher from it. You're not really sure. It's just kind of some scribbles to you.
Forsyth, Evangeline?
I have no idea.
Forsyth's not rolling too hot tonight.
Well, I don't have any help in history. I rolled
No,
a
that's true.
14.
Yeah,
What am I rolling for?
you're not really sure.
What am I doing?
History or investigation. I'll let you roll an investigation on it if you want. You're looking for a signature for these paintings. Who made these paintings?
Well, I can do an investigation
Huh.
better. Nope, 14.
I got an 18.
An 18. Yeah, looking at it, you're really not sure. You're not sure
I
who
rolled really low.
who painted these things.
Okay.
And I do not know where that's at. Not a clue. I'm just gonna go with the ageless one.
That's me.
I don't remember what her actual name is.
It would be around 52.
I didn't think it was in there.
Or maybe 53.
Was it before or after Kosha met up with you?
I don't know. It was after Fix got took over his mom's job.
After the man.
Kosha started working with us basically from the time we were at the Southern Wall.
She arrived in 52 when we were.
Aha, to Farbron agrees to. Because Finnel went with you.
Yep.
Offers your assistance. Oh, I did not write in here what I named her.
Well, it's in our notes somewhere. We'll find it later.
Yep, we'll find it.
Either way.
Yeah.
We will find it.
She has a name.
She has a name. It's session 51, is what you're thinking. Anyway, we'll find it. She is the ageless one.
Okay.
I
Then
might have
I would.
just named her the ageless one.
You said
Why
it
not?
is in 51?
Yep. All right. Because I'm done looking. I'll find her name eventually.
Yeah, that's all good. Then I would ask Evangeline if she could ask if that is her name or her work. Sorry.
Ask the book if her work is time.
Is
Or
the
is
paintings?
this painting her work?
Mm-hmm.
Hard to say with your investigation. I mean, maybe, but
But I
not
would
real
ask
sure.
The book.
the book.
Is there
Have
any
Evangeline.
history of the cat?
The cat
Shallow.
Blink cat.
painting.
Whatever her name is. And if there's any history of her doing painting.
The book will reveal to you that she is indeed of Fey origin. And she could quite possibly have control of time.
Okay.
As far as painting portraits like this, there's no mention of that in the book. But it does confirm that she is of Fey origin and could possibly have control of time.
We already knew that she was of Fey origin. All right.
Oh, goodness.
That's it. The book's tired.
The book's tired. The book will close its pages. Boom. And you will struggle to open it again. Must know more. Must know more.
Are there any other paintings in here? Oh, go ahead, Rhonda.
I was going to say, we do not know who made these paintings.
Right. Are there any other paintings in here?
There are two other paintings in here. Looking at these two other paintings, they do not, well, one of them definitely does not appear to be moving. The other one, you are unsure. It is white and it has like streaks of brown. It doesn't appear to be moving, but it's an odd painting.
Looking at these, do I get the impression that this one may be forming as time passes?
Roll me an insight.
Well, I will say I'm better at that than I am at investigation. So here's to hoping.
Oh shoot, no. Roll me investigation.
Mm. 25.
With a 25, you get the impression that this one is probably forming.
All right. Well, I think that I have fixated on these paintings long enough, and people are probably wanting to move on. So I will grab like parchment and cloth, and I will wrap up the paintings, and I will put them all in my bag of holding, all wrapped up.
You're going to take all the paintings.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And
You
then
now have
look.
a bag of holding with artwork.
Yes, I'll look to Forsyth and say, lead us to the basement, I suppose.
All right. Well, let's see if we can find the door to it.
All right. You go to the third door, which I'm just going counterclockwise. So you went to the first door, second door, now around the corners to the third door. You open that door and you do indeed come across a set of stairs.
Cool beans. Down, I hope.
Yes, down.
All right, we go down.
All right. You head down. It gets dark as you get down there. You hit the bottom of the stairs, and it does open up into a small, like 10-foot by 10-foot room. That there is a door, like if you go down the stairs, like literally around and facing back the other direction, there is a door. And then there is also a door on the northern wall. So a door on the eastern wall and a door on the northern wall.
Okay. Start with the eastern wall.
All right, you go to the eastern wall, and it's not locked.
All right.
You open it.
Yeah, I'll open it.
All right, you open the door. You open the door and you see in front of you there is a very short hallway, and then it seems to open up into a large chamber. It looks like this chamber is underneath the Great Hall. There's
Interesting.
you can kind of
That's where she
see
was pointing.
you can kind of see where there are lights around the edges, magically lit. They're just constantly glowing. You do see a balcony because the ceilings here are like 60 feet tall, and you do see some holes in the ceiling. But you see a balcony that's about 20 feet off the ground on the northern side of this area.
Okay.
And you hear in here some squishy, slimy, sucking sounds. Like there's something either almost like an octopus moving across the floor or something of that nature. It's kind of got that.
Okay.
I can't make the sound. Yeah,
Slurping.
something like that. Yep. Yep.
Okay.
You can hear it, but you can't see. There's piles of rubble scattered throughout the room, most likely from the fallen floor.
All right.
Do you walk in?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Is everybody following, or are you just letting Forsyth take the lead and saying, "Hey, let us know if it's safe"?
I'll follow.
Just curious. All right. You walk in. As you walk in, you do catch Your eye catches the balcony immediately. You see three people or two people? You see three people standing on the balcony.
Okay.
They all appear to be human and, dressed in casual garb. One of them seems to be dressed in more finer robes. And as you walk in, you do catch a glimpse of a fourth person that immediately disappears.
Interesting.
How long had we been dawdling around and
Quite
investing
some time.
enough to constitute a short rest?
Yes.
All right.
Especially those of us who didn't go gallivanting in other ages.
Yeah, especially those.
Hey, were we going to just leave the painting on the wall? What if there were more people trapped in another dimension? We just leave them there?
A dimension of time and space.
I guess. Technically. So, what do you do?
Have they noticed us, I'm guessing?
Yes, they have noticed you, but they're watching. They're just watching.
How far are they?
They are approximately, let's see. They are approximately 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and then up about 20 feet. So they're probably about 40, 50 feet away from you. So one of the nicer robed one is about 65 feet away from you or so.
Hail and well met.
Howdy, y'all.
They look at you and they just watch.
At this point, Evangeline would have been attuned to that tiara if she was putting it on.
I did not put on the
No,
tiara.
I
Forsyth
put
had
the.
it.
Oh,
I have the
Forsyth,
tiara.
sorry. Yeah,
She has the mind shielding ring.
gotcha, that's right. Okay. Then I'm going to trust that Forsyth will warn me if somebody's trying to come up and stab me in the face.
I will stay close enough to him to keep him protected.
All right. Your true sight extends about 60 feet.
Okay.
You know that.
That's
Nothing.
pretty nice.
You're looking. Everything seems kosher.
I'm Kofic Trinston. Who might I have the pleasure of being in the company of?
At the mention of the Trinson name, one of the plainclothes people standing up close to the edge of the balcony that seem to be watching everything that's going on down there, and the one with the nicer robes kind of take note. The one with the nicer robes looks down and says, I am Roderick Sternhelm. Was it you who disturbed the experiment?
Explain what experiment. I have disturbed many things and many people. Whether they were named experiments, I do not know.
Or do you wish to join the experiment?
Once again, I would need to know what the experiment is.
We have a Glaxer here. Keen to learn. As we are keen to learn about it.
What is a Glaxer?
About this time, you will see a blob move out from behind a pile of rocks, seemingly to be moving toward the wall you came out of, but not toward you. Its focus is definitely on something else. But this red blob moves out, and immediately you see like 100 eyes on this blob. Like it is a blob of ice, seemingly
Guys
moving
have it.
toward, yeah, moving toward something else. Something else has its attention right now. They will say that is a Glaxer.
What's the nature of the experiment?
Oh, I call it an experiment. This is us learning about the Glaxer. This is the Glaxer learning about other things.
So,
Does it learn by destroying them and absorbing them?
As far as we can tell, it just observes. I mean, obviously, if it were threatened, it probably would fight back, as any creature would. But as of right now, it just observes.
But you do not sacrifice people to it.
We have not had the need to, no.
the need to. That's interesting.
Are you saying you
would? If you needed to.
Wow, unison.
Well, it's a legitimate question.
If the need arose, we would ask for
Volunteers.
volunteers.
Hand-picked volunteers?
By disturbing the experiment, do you mean destruction of the creatures above?
Partially, yes.
Or do you simply mean entering your dome?
That too.
Then yes, I suppose that would be us.
Very well. I mean, we have learned about the Glaxer and in the midst of that. I was curious when things came through the floor. Well, when Kenton came through the floor. I am assuming Kenton is no longer alive.
He left us no choice.
Well, he was doing what he needed to do. About this time, you're gonna see the Glaxer kind of shift and rotate, and you're gonna see it pull itself apart into two. One larger, the other one smaller, and it hovers. The smaller one hovers, and it starts to move towards you guys.
In a threatening manner?
It's just moving towards you. Doesn't.
Okay.
There's nothing
You
like.
seem not to value others' lives very much.
I
This
mean,
tends to bother me.
when one needs to know if a creature is friendly or dangerous, there's risk involved.
I am both. And yet you don't appear to value my life because it seems as though this Galaxer is threatening. At least that's what I read into it.
I don't think they control the Glaxer.
Yeah, maybe not, but
It
I
is.
mean, I
I
think
have a
that
feeling they might want to because if I feel threatened, I might not want to. How shall I put it? Allow it to continue that.
well,
Uh,
I think it's observing us right now,
Yeah.
and I think that they are observing it. Whether they wish to control it or not, I cannot say. But Joe forgot his name. But I would address him and say, I really hope your curiosity does not lead you to try to find out whether we are dangerous or not.
well, as of right now, no. I mean, you have joined in the vault floor. At least we believe this was once the vault. But
From every indication.
we have no desire to fight you. We are just
Forsyth's
observing the
going to start
Glaxer.
moving out to the side
Okay.
to give himself room and get out of a fireball formation.
All right.
Fix
The
will
Gla-
step forward so that he is within 60 feet of the guy in the robes, just in case he decides to cast a fireball at us.
Make sure he's in range.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You move forward.
Mm-hmm.
You move to the side. Do you move toward the balcony or away from the balcony, Forsyth?
I'm going to move towards it.
Okay. You move toward the balcony. As you move to get up to the balcony, you do catch in your true seeing a gentleman standing next to the robed figure.
Noted. And I will point him out to Fix right away.
Do you do so openly or telepathically?
Oh, absolutely openly.
Okay.
I want
Uh,
him to know that I see him.
he begins to step back. You recognize him.
Ah, intriguing.
You recognize him as Lord Reproot from Uxfan,
I will point that out.
and he begins to
Please step
retreat.
forward, Lord Reproot.
Have your friend step forward and reveal himself, or we will have to give chase.
You don't want me giving chase. Trust me on this.
I do not control his movements, and I would have to say good luck on chase.
Yeah, okay.
I will give chase all the way to his keep, where I will raise it to the ground.
Well, something
And we
tells
know where
me
that is.
since you've called him out by name, the keep will not be his destination.
It also
Eventually,
won't
he will
exist
come.
anymore.
Nor will his reputation, nor will anything he favors. And all we're asking for is a conversation.
I will cast see invisibility.
All right. You will see Reproot standing about, I don't know, 10 feet behind Roderick, is his name that he introduced himself as.
I will
He will.
telepathically ask, should I see about moving him?
That might be
Not
worthwhile.
not just yet. Give him a moment.
Okay.
Reproot, reveal yourself, or we will reveal you for you.
Those of you who can see him, he kind of smirks. He steps forward, lays a hand on Roderick's shoulder, and then reveals himself.
Wise choice.
So I understand you are part of a initiative to bring back a quite evil god to this world.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Then please correct me what is wrong in my statement.
I serve and obey. I have to find what god he serves again.
Was it Lyra? No, that was
Groomsh.
Grimsh.
I serve and obey Groomsh. Now, whether or not Groomsh is wanting to do this or not, that is not my place. The actions of which I have taken perhaps may lead there, but not to my direct knowledge.
I'm guessing if we tell you this is a very bad idea, it will not change your ways.
Oh no. I am true to Groomsh.
Hmm.
Kadeth, do you still have your detect magic? Oh wait, it's only 30 feet, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah, 30 feet.
Okay. No, I am true to Groomsh.
I met a man once that was true to Cyric. He claimed to follow the truth.
I
Do you
have
want to know
heard.
what is of him now?
Of no use to Cyric anymore from what I've understood.
Are you going to make us do similar things to you?
Well, you would have to force my god to abandon me. I will not abandon
Or you
him.
to abandon him by not existing anymore.
By not existing. Dun dun dun. I tell you what. There is a certain gentleman in the Black Riage, just east of Uxfin. His name is Jorn. He owes me. Well, he owns groups. A particular spear. If you were to return that particular spear to me, perhaps Groomsh will turn the other cheek. Or
You
turn aside.
you seem to assume that we care which way his cheek is turned. That would be a false assumption.
Do you have direct connection with groups?
He speaks with me.
And are you speaking on his behalf?
I am.
Or are you presuming?
Perhaps there is a presumption on my part. But I do know that this spear must be returned. Of that, I am positive.
And what's stopping us from simply permanently keeping you from following his orders?
What's to stop me from following his orders?
No, what is to stop us from making you unable to follow his orders?
Well, of that I would be unsure, considering I have only briefly met you and have only heard of you. I believe we met at a ball.
We did.
Probably.
But are you aware who we are and who we represent?
I am aware you have been stirring up trouble.
Find trouble. Maybe we've been solving trouble.
I'm going to summon my sword. And I'm going to show it to him from the side. I'm not pointing it at him. Do you recognize this?
I do indeed.
As he's looking at the sword, I'm going to move further around to the side.
Do you recognize who it means I not only serve, but am chosen by?
I do indeed.
Does he look scared at all by that?
He doesn't look scared. He looks a little perturbed.
Looking at him, does he seem the frontline fighter type, the caster type, the Forsyth type?
He looks the noble type.
Does he have a weapon?
A longsword.
Nah, he's going to have magic.
Yeah.
Does he take notice of my movement around to the side, or is he preoccupied with the others standing in front of him?
He doesn't seem to take notice.
Okay.
Forsyth. You would have noticed this about him. As you get closer, you realize that the person standing up there has faded. That image has faded as you've moved about and got a different angle. That image has faded for you because of the true sight. You would have seen this to begin with, but I forgot that it was true sight, not see invisibility.
Right.
as you moved over, you realized that the image of Jinnik is no longer Jinnik for you.
Okay.
There is an orc standing there in
Do I
robes,
recognize him?
not as an orc, no.
Ah, but might I recognize the ropes?
You will recognize robes, yeah.
Okay. Is he perchance a magic user from Weirfall?
He is a magic user for sure, but not from Weirfall.
Okay.
Yeah, you
All right.
recognize these robes from White Lake.
Okay.
I believe that's where you grew up, right? I think it was
Something
White
like
Lake.
that. I would have to check.
Beyond the Steadfast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. White Lake, Jagged
yeah.
Wasteland.
You recognize those robes from White Lake.
Okay. Would I know the name of the sorcerer from White Lake?
The sorcerer from White Lake was gotta find the right one. The sorcerer from White Lake was called Garon the Wild.
Okay.
Over the link, Kadath, do you want to? What do you think about dealing with him here and now?
I'm ready to.
What specifically has he done other than just who he serves?
He is part of those that are attempting to bring back the person whose name I can't think of.
That
Yeah.
alone,
Velsharoon.
Velsharoon, yes.
Velsharoon, that alone should be a death sentence.
Well, see, I'm hesitant because I think Kadath would say that he hasn't done anything that we know of, so there's no justice to be served. Being in
It's a matter of
favor of Groomsh and whatever Groomsh wants is just who he is. But he hasn't done anything yet that we know of to actually help with bringing back Velsharoon.
consider
serves
his
evil.
intractable attitude would
Yes, but
mean
I'm
he would
neutral.
take every opportunity.
That's true. Kadath is neutral, as is the Raven Queen.
So am I.
Evil can be used for
Gives me
good.
latitude.
Good can be used for evil.
Has the Raven Queen not charged us or charged you to keep this from happening?
To keep that from happening, yes. As
So
far
if
as I
he's
know.
working towards that, then would he not be one of those that we need to stop from bringing this about?
Are you having this conversation telepathically? Or
Yes.
Yes.
openly? Okay.
Telepathically.
That was a given.
What does your sword say?
That's a good question.
Hold, please.
I mean, essentially, I'm going to back
Call on the
away
other
for a
line.
moment. I'm going to back away for a moment And I'm going to use my commune ability.
All right. You're
I
going to
haven't used
commune.
it before.
Kadeth takes a step back, slices his hand.
Yep, so they all see me slice my hand open.
When you
What a
slice your
cutoff.
hand open, all of you will notice that the acolytes are watching, but Reproot and Roderick take a keen interest.
And I'm doing it in full view of everyone
Mm-hmm.
so that we can see their reactions, basically.
And you slice your hand open. You bleed a little bit on the onyx. You get the sword down, and you begin to meditate.
And it's what, 3 questions?
3 questions.
Has Reproot done enough to be sentenced to death?
Summarily.
You get a feeling of neutrality. You hear the whisper, judgment is yours.
Great.
Well, that answers that question.
That's no fun.
Not.
It's not fair.
Why are you putting that on me?
What
I'm
has he
asking
done?
you so I don't have to decide. Let's see. Second question. If we leave him alive, can he be used to prevent Valsharoon's return in some way?
You will also get almost a sense of neutrality where you will hear the whisper for something to be given, something, or for something to be gained, something must be given.
Is the spear that he wants dangerous to us or those we care about?
Or the innocent?
Well, we care about those.
She will respond, more dangerous in the hands of the wayward shaman.
Okay, and I'll stand back up.
Give me the word. Give me the word.
Let me at him, boss.
And instead of saying anything, I'm just going to cast Armor Agathis on myself.
Uh-oh.
Seeing that, I automatically let's see. I'm gonna cast something before I do that.
I'm gonna do something once I see that as well.
I figured it's a good sign.
Yeah. I am going to let's see.
I didn't
and
say
after
that correctly, right? More
What?
dangerous in the hand of the wayward shaman.
Yes.
They're all standing in one area, right?
Yeah, they're all on the
Basically.
balcony. Yeah,
But
they're
we
all
don't
in
know if those other guys are evil, if they're gonna join in, or if they're just gonna stand there.
So far, they've just stood there and watched
Right.
and
Otherwise,
listened.
Right.
I would have
They've
put a
not said
firewall
anything.
up there on the balcony with them.
Well, okay. I will cast the sunbeam.
And I'm kind of thinking you're too dangerous to be left alive.
Which is a 5-foot wide, 60-foot long line. And since
But
I'm within
I don't want to say that out loud because I don't want to lose my arms, like
Yeah.
Mace Windu.
Since I'm within 60 feet of them, because I've been moving around under them,
Yep. Mhm.
I'm going to cast that sunbeam right at where they are, or
Okay.
right at where he is at least. And then
Yeah,
I'm
try
going
to
to
initially try to only hit him.
Yeah.
right. Well, it's 5 foot wide, so it's going to hit. Yeah, 5 foot. It's going to get 2.5 feet either side of him. So since he's the only one in the straight line of it,
Okay.
he might be the only one that gets hit, but it'll sure scare the bejeepers out of the rest of them. And I'm going
Okay.
to I'm going to wild shape at the same time. Well, right
Okay.
after I
Right
after I
after.
cast,
Yeah, because you can do that as bonus
and
action.
then move towards him
Okay. All right.
at 90 feet because I'm
What?
wild shaping into an air elemental.
All right. I'm gonna put that there. All right. Fix. What are you doing?
I'm stepping out of sight so they can't counterspell it. And I am grabbing Kadath's arm and casting Dimension Door and putting us right on the other side of the sunbeam.
Oh, cool. So I
Right
don't
next
even
to
have to.
Nikes.
I was going to
Choose
pop
this
up there
one to be
myself.
your
That works.
sunbeam.
And okay, I don't know if this would count. Let me read the spell. I don't think it'd count.
And as we appear behind him, I'm going to say, justice must be served.
And Evangeline.
Valsharoon must not come back.
As a question, is that considered casting a spell on Kadath?
No, you did Dimension Door, and
No,
you
'cause
pulled
you-
him with you.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not casting. Okay, never mind. I don't think I have any. Yeah, that's
Dimension
fine.
Doors and spots that you can see, so that you can step through it. It's not on a person.
Well, I can pull him through, is what it is. So yeah, no,
Yes.
that's fine.
Right.
Yeah.
But you're not casting it on me.
Yeah, I was trying to get you to be able to swing.
Nice try.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Nice try. Evangeline, is there something that you want to do after seeing Kadath cast armor of Agathis? You've seen
the
him do
guy's
this
still
before. He's
invisible,
from
right?
Fairy.
No, he came
No,
visible.
he became visible.
Oh, he became visible. Okay, I missed that.
Big mistake on his part.
That's all right. Are you just
Oh.
gonna stand there and watch?
No, I'm gonna launch 2 arrows.
Oh, so you're gonna pull out your bow and shoot. Okay.
Yeah.
Evangeline shoots
28 and a
arrows.
29 to hit.
She shoots. She scores.
All right, I will let you keep that hit, but we will do damage next week.
Oh,
Because
Well,
it's 9:37.
I've already rolled my damage.
Oh, okay. Well, what is your damage?
26 points of piercing damage.
All right. All right, because I didn't have I didn't do the damage for Sunbeam or anything yet. So, all right, that is where we're gonna stop for tonight. You guys decide to all pile Reproot and watch their surprised reactions at such an onslaught. And that's where we're gonna pick up next week.
It's going to be swift and deadly.
You shouldn't
Perhaps.
have been working with Reneo. Or Gara.
Or Groomsh.
Okay. All right, that's where we're gonna leave it for tonight. So, those of you who are watching, hit the subscribe button because we have a lot more watchers than we have subscribers. So if you're watching this, hit the subscribe button. Turn on your notifications so you know when we're live, and then you can join in the chats and stuff while we're live. Leave comments. If you're watching, leave comments. Let us know you're watching. And be sure to like and share, because that's what's going to get us out there. Other than that, Frankfurt Con is in Frankfort, Kentucky. I don't know why I had Louisville in the head.
It's in July.
Frankfort, Kentucky in July. So watch for that. That's coming up. And other than that, I think that is it. Do I have anything else? I think that's it.
Watch for changes on the website.
Yeah. Keep an eye on that website.
We'll post some pictures.
Yeah. We're hoping to post some pictures from the Steampunk Con, which would be great. So, all right. Well, that's it. Signing off. See you all next week.